Why is it that we consider that person wise? Think about that for a second. Why is this person wise? Well, the reason why they are wise is because they can resolve the problems in our life. They can help us move away from whatever suffering we're experiencing and move us towards happiness. So that is what wisdom is. Wisdom is this ability to understand happiness and suffering in the world, to understand how we can move towards greater sense of peace, greater sense of ease, greater sense of happiness, and how we can remove the suffering in our life. And whenever we think of a wise person, I say that's what we are thinking of as wisdom, somebody who can help us in that sense. And of course, the point is that the Buddha, if there's anybody who is out there who is wise, anybody who can help us move away from suffering towards happiness, of course the Buddha is the supreme example of that. His whole teaching revolves around understanding suffering and happiness and moving away from the suffering and moving towards happiness. So the Buddha had the supreme wisdom because he understood suffering and happiness to its absolute limit. So this is how we should understand the idea of wisdom in our lives and why the Buddha is so special. And sometimes you find that when you read what the Buddha said, sometimes you think, well, I can't make any sense of this, even though you think that the Buddha may have been very wise and very sharp, and you may agree with many of the things he said. Sometimes it's just simply too profound, and you wonder, oh boy, this is so hard to understand. I can't really accept this. I feel like rejecting it. But of course, if you do think that the Buddha was a wise person, and I certainly think he was extraordinarily wise, then the right attitude, if you come across something you find strange or unusual, just put it to one side for a while. Don't make any final decision whether it's right or wrong. Put it to one side and come back to it in a few months or maybe a few years' time and then see what it looks like at that time instead. Because we develop, we evolve, we change. And something which didn't make sense yesterday can make sense today.